And here we go. Episode 3. Justin in the Jungle. We're at it. Let's do this. Episode 3. We've made it. Third time's a charm. This is going to be it. Feeling a lot better this week. Couple days after our loss against the Cleveland Browns team, who's I'm not going to say all of them. I'm not going to say all of them because I have friends and family members who are Browns fans, but there's a bunch of them that just became insufferable this week. Like, you guys have what, a 5-1 record against the Bengals? And I get it. It was your Super Bowl. You guys, you're the Browns. You know what's going to happen to you. And I don't even like saying bad things about the Browns. Like, I do have family members that I care deeply for that are Browns fans, my mom included. So I try not to be as, I don't know, I try not to be as mean or, with the Bengals' recent success, having gone to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, having played in the AFC Championship last year. Like, I try to be the bigger person, but man, these Browns fans this week, you guys just act like you won the Super Bowl. And because of that, you have me doing things I'm cheering for the Steelers on Monday. A Monday night game, and I'm cheering for the Steelers. That's what Browns fans have done to me. Even my buddy Johnny Cardinelli, good friend of mine, super nice in the defeat. Even text, he texted me. We talked about it like I spoke last episode. Even he was saying, he was like, this just wasn't Burrow's game. Like, he was being the way that I don't know. I get it. Like, he was cool. My family was cool. Like, but man, some of you, and now you got me cheering for the Steelers. Also, because then it would be 1-1s across the board in the AFC North. So, yeah, some of it is because I am just disgusted with some of the stuff I've seen from Browns fans this week. But also, in reality, the AFC North would all be 1-1. And if, things play out like I'm hoping, uh, for everything to be as I want, everyone at 1-1, I'd have to cheer for the Steelers this Monday. So, something I never thought I'd do. Yeah, here we are. Two things. I never thought I'd have a podcast talking Bengals football, and here we are. And I never, ever thought I'd cheer for the Steelers on a Monday night game. Here we are. But we're not here to talk about the Steelers. We're not here to talk about the Browns. We're looking at you, Baltimore. This is a Baltimore preview episode. I'm going to get into some things. Probably won't be too long. I was trying to find a Baltimore fan to come on and talk to me. Apparently, they're not out there. But if you ever see their Twitter, I think the Ravens on Twitter or X, whatever you call now, the Ravens might be the most annoying fan base on there in regards to the Bengals. Like, they cannot get over that we're here. Like, we're legit now. We're a legit squad. And, for many years, Bengals, we were just the spoilers, but we took pride in that. Like, we could finish, we were playing 16 games in, we could finish 6-10. But if two of those wins were against like the Steelers, the Ravens, or another team that we spoiled their playoff hopes, that was a successful season for us. We didn't mind 6-10. And the Ravens, they they still look at us as those teams. Well, they don't. In reality, they don't. But they like to judge us like on those years. They don't like to judge us in the aforementioned past 2 seasons, Super Bowl appearance, AFC Championship appearance. And I mean, look what happened last time we played them. They, they're still tied up on this. Well, we didn't have Lamar Jackson. Okay, you didn't have a running back. You know what I mean? Like, I think we took you guys lightly last year in that playoff game. Sam Hubbard, what's up? Man, that play still gives me chills. But the Ravens want to use their built-in excuse. Well, we didn't have Lamar Jackson. And we'll get to that in a second. But you guys never have Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's always injured. So you guys continually use this excuse like, well, we didn't have Lamar Jackson. Well, that's not our problem. We won. We moved on in the playoffs. You guys went home. And if you want to keep that excuse, I got something for that. You know me. I get bored during the week. I look up stats. And I got something. For you. And don't get in your feelings like you did on my premiere episode, Ravens fans, when I broke down the Ruther stats. That's Andy and Randy talking about Lamar. And I gave you a bunch of quarterbacks that have had more passing yards and touchdowns than him in the past 2 years. And I also broke down how their defense is showing up. Their defense does the job. But that quarterback that, we're not allowed to say anything negative about because he won an MVP years ago doesn't show up to games. And even when he plays, does he really show up against the Bengals? Because I got a little something for you, Ravens fans. Sorry about that voice. I just woke up. It's probably going to sound really annoying if you're listening to this in a car. But let's try that again. Ravens fans, I got something for you. You want to hear your boy's stats against us? Averages. He averages 166 yards and 1.3 touchdowns. 166 yards and 1.3 touchdowns. That's the reason you guys aren't winning. I didn't, but I should have looked in to see what your other quarterbacks did against us in his absence. And it might be even better. You know what I mean? It might be better. But here's the thing. Here's what I'll play your game. You guys want to keep talking about seasons ago, many seasons ago, when Lamar Jackson won MVP, when he balled out that year. I'll give it to him. He deserved it that year. But if you guys want to talk about that season, how about we talk about 2021 Joe Burrow against you guys? Can we do that? Are we allowed to do that? Like, you got, I'm letting you guys have your season against us, but let me give you Joe Burrow's 2021 season. And once again, this is in 2 regular season games. Joey B, my guy. Joe Burrow, 2 games, 941 yards and 7 touchdowns. Almost 1,000 yards against you guys in 2 games. And here come the excuses. Roll your eyes. We didn't have Lamar that second game. Our defense was hurt that second game. Why? It doesn't matter. We've continued to have success against you guys. Last year, we split the games. We split the regular season. We took you guys in the playoffs. Like, these games they're always dogfights, except those 2 games. So if you guys want to continue to throw in our face, years ago, the Bengals before Burrow, the Bengals before the Super Bowl appearance, the Bengals before the AFC Championship appearance, then I'm going to throw a year in at you guys when you guys can remember it like it was yesterday. 941 yards and 7 touchdowns. Okay, so you're like, that was just 2 games. It doesn't define Joe Burrow against us. Okay. Once again, your boy went and got some stats. Joe Burrow averages in all of his games against you guys, 5 games, 5 regular season games, 3-2 record. Joe Burrow averages against you guys over 300 yards passing. Over 300 yards passing. And nearly 2 touchdowns. I think it was like 1.7, 1.8 touchdowns a game. That's what Joe Burrow does against you guys. But yet you guys, your fan base is insufferable, man. On Twitter, it's always, if we try and anytime Bengals have anything successful, you can always guarantee there's going to be somebody with maybe 10 followers that has a little Lamar Jackson profile picture, just saying the most off-the-wall shit. And we all look forward to this game. If I'm taking my fandom down for a minute or 2 here, taking the Bengals hat off, I'm not going to because I just woke up. But these games are fun. You got to be excited about these games, man. It is going to be a dogfight. And that's what we love about these games. But just be real with yourselves. We've got you guys right now. Back-to-back AFC North championships. You guys got us 1 game last year because of horrible time management. And I'm not saying that as an excuse. You guys won. I can't take anything away from you guys. But this game, it's a bounce-back Joe Burrow game. And not only is it a bounce-back game, but let's talk about the big news. Let's talk about the big news. And I'm not talking La'el Collins released. If we're going to re-sign Higgins, we're going to have to do some stuff like that. And I'll be honest, I think it's a little more promising we might be able to make a deal now. I think that just freed up $7 million more. I think T. Higgins wants that wide receiver 1 bag. I think he deserves it. Even after the last game, 0 catches. But like people were saying, there were a few, the ball was in his hand. He could have made the catches, but we're just going to just erase that last game from our memory. Browns fans, some of you guys irritate me, but congrats. You got that one from us. You got that one. Fair play. But we're just moving on. And I'm just, don't really have a rundown. I'm just up here talking today. But yeah, we're just the Bengals. Big news this week is not the Lyle Collins release. It's not the huge contract that Joe Burrow, aka the highest paid player in NFL history, until probably Mahomes or somebody next signs their contract. It's not, I could have did all the statistics about Joe Burrow bounce back games. It's not that. It is about Joe Burrow, though. Joe Burrow cut his hair. That 84-yard, 0 passing touchdowns performance killed that kid from Ohio so bad that he went and cut his hair. Ravens fans, do you know what you're in for now? That long hair will not slow our man down anymore. I'm going to miss Headband Burrow. I thought Headband Burrow was cool. But get ready for haircut Burrow. What am I thinking? Burrow stat line? I got a little something. I got a little something sprinkled in this parlay I got for you guys. I'm going to give you here in a couple minutes. What do I think Burrow does? Joe Burrow, this Sunday, 10 o'clock game against the Baltimore Ravens, will throw 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he'll throw an interception. So I got 270, 2 touches, and a pick. And I'm just saying the pick to not be too biased. But so last week I gave you guys a parlay. And nothing hit on it. And I have a feeling that we're in for one of those weird games this Sunday. I'll be honest, he's in my parlay. I think Tyler Boyd might show up this week. I think the Ravens defense, like when you have to worry about Jamar Chase and you have to worry about T. Higgins, and honestly now, Irv Smith Jr., Tyler Boyd is going to be still there. Arguably the best wide receiver 3 in the NFL. And I just have a feeling that this is his week too. I think he's going to be, some of these highlight plays are going to be featuring Tyler Boyd. Whether that be a touchdown, whether that be a clutch first down, some time management, because this isn't going to be a blowout. This game is going to be, I don't have it on my parlay. I think the total they have at 47.5. It wouldn't surprise me if this game's lower than 46.5, 47.5, wherever it's at. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Those 4 defensive linemen I was telling you about last week, I think they gotta come again, and we got to be ready. We got to be ready because as much as I make fun of them, Lamar is a running back, and he can get outside that pocket and take off. So outside containment's going to be huge. Just getting in there so he doesn't have time. I'll let him pass all he wants. Like I said last episode, seeing this guy twice a year, like I've seen so many of his passes just completely inaccurate. So I'm all about, like, what, as the kids say, let Lamar cook. He's talking about he wants to throw this year. Let him throw, please. Please let him throw. What do I got? Score. We're going to go 23-19. 23-19 Bengals. I like it. Dogfight. I'm not taking anything away from the Ravens. It's a realistic score. We cover the 3-point. I think it's a 3-point spread right now. We cover. And now, before I get out of here for this episode, give you guys a parlay. Join me on it. I put something on this, so you guys can cheer along with me or join me on Sunday. Yeah, let's do that. If I have anyone listening that has access to a sports book, join me. Make this parlay with me so we can chit chat about it on Sundays. But like I was saying, I think this is going to be a weird game. And here's what I got for you this week. Once again, Tyler Boyd, anytime touchdown. I like it. It's at plus 290. I'll take it. I can definitely see Tyler Boyd getting I could see him in the end zone this week. Here's where we get a little crazy. Joe Mixon, over 57 yards. Now it's at, I got that for negative 115. And I know he has his moments where he ghosts us pretty much. But I have Mixon just being a dog this week. And I could see him going over 57 yards. And now here's the one that's going to put money in your pocket. This is the big one. At plus 350, I have a rushing touchdown by Joe Burrow. I don't think it's too far-fetched of an idea. I could see Burrow, 3 yards out. Everyone's covered, tuck and run. I could see it. I could see 10 yards out. Everyone's, we've seen him do it. We've seen him do it. So that parlay altogether, Tyler Boyd, anytime touchdown, 290. Joe Burrow, rushing touchdown, plus 350. Joe Mixon, over 57 yards, negative 115. But that gave me plus 2,900. Let's go. I threw $15 on it to win $435. So join me on the parlay, you degenerates. If you're out there listening, want to have some fun Sunday, throw the same parlay. Let's win together. So this Sunday, huge game against the Ravens. I'll be back on Monday to do my recap. Hopefully a nice victory Monday. But until then, folks, this has been Justin Wood. Follow me on Instagram. Actually, follow the Justin in the Jungle account. I want to get that up and going. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I'm on quite a few podcast platforms now. So download it on there. Always watch it on YouTube. Comment. I'll try to answer on anything. If you guys have any questions, put those in there. I'd love to talk back with you guys. I'm having fun with this thing. It's only third episode. Still trying to get stuff so I don't have to have a virtual background anymore, but give me time. And that's it for this week. This episode, not this week. Sunday, huge game. Ravens. Monday, let's do hopefully a victory recap. I think it will be. So until then, y'all, Hoo day.